Hey, how you doing? This is Adam Post, publisher of more than 1,000 comic books and expert in Warner Brothers Discovery. I've done about 85 videos on Warner Brothers Discovery, always doing more and getting people informed on it. And I will tell you, there's a fraud going around on Black Adam. It's coming from woke media, and unfortunately, not deliberately, YouTube channels are repeating fake news that they're getting from very biased sources, misinforming the public and trying to make Black Adam look bad. They don't like that it's a masculine, heavy action movie. They don't like the management at Warner Bros. Discovery. You know they canceled Batgirl. That's what we're dealing with. I don't think anybody on YouTube is deliberately trying to trick or defraud people. I just think that a lot of people are very misinformed. They don't have a background in finance. They haven't looked skeptically at sources like Variety or Hollywood Reporter. Look at this illustration from Hollywood Reporter with David Zaslav supposedly having past due bills on his back. There are no past due bills at Warner Bros. Discovery. They have debt. They're paying their debt. It's kind of high. That was part of what the whole deal was. It's like a leveraged buyout. People in finance understand that. But people at Hollywood Reporter also understand, hey, we can make it look bad at Warner Bros. Discovery, and we can make it really difficult for them to do business as much as possible. And that's what you get from biased media sources like Variety with this nonsense box office bust. No, there isn't a $100 million loss on Black Adam. It doesn't matter how big the YouTube channels are. They're not correct. They're wrong. They don't know the numbers. And they're just repeating nonsense from Variety and from places like Hollywood Reporter. And even the Direct. They're just repeating things that they read. It's slanted. You have to look skeptically at this. You can't just repeat what Variety says. That said, I'm going to repeat what Deadline says, but it actually has numbers to back it up. Let's get into this article. Before we do, please be sure you subscribe to the channel. Click the bell for notifications. Give it a thumbs up. The channel's growing, and I'm going to get more and more aggressive with some of these videos just to give it to you guys straight. I'm not calling anybody out. I'm just saying, sorry. You have to look critically at media sources before you repeat what media sources say, or you're just wrong and misinforming people unintentionally. Dwayne Johnson DC picked Black Adam to profit. Here's how. There's some snarking going on out there that Black Adam is poised to lose $50 to $100 million, and that's simply just not true. Deadline film finance sources, meaning people who do this for a living, and those close to the film, say this movie is bound to break even and be in the black. Let's scroll down and see how. With a global gross of $390 million and $195 million production costs and a P&A spend between, this is promotion and advertising, $80 and $100 million, the Dwayne Johnson DC New Line film is looking to net between $52 to $72 million. Also, keep this in mind. Some of this is transfer pricing, and we'll talk more about transfer pricing in another video. It's very important if you actually want to understand what's going on in the business of entertainment, and I'll explain real quickly why. Transfer pricing is when CNN sells advertising to Warner Bros. Discovery to promote their own movie. So that's a rated amount, but it's taking money out of their left pocket and it's putting it into their right pocket. It's their own money. Disney has done a tremendous amount of this, which is actually more destructive than what they're doing with woke content. I'll do that in a separate video. You'll understand after I explain it. The studio said it's $80 million of spending on marketing. Also, not included in that is an extra source of cash from Black Adam merchandise. All of this, including a B+ cinema score, is good enough for Black Adam to be a franchise starter. Read the first Captain America made $370 million. As far as how the DC universe will be mapped out, we'll know more early next year when the studio's new heads Peter Safran and James Gunn will unveil the news. Black Adam Rep Johnson's biggest solo stateside opening at $67 million, clearly one of the financial models that Warner Brothers had in mind when it was strategizing the profit and loss on this film. In a very dry fall marketplace without any tentpoles due to the post-production logjam created by COVID, Black Adam was the biggest movie of the season, notching #1 for 3 weeks in a row around the world before Disney Marvel Studios' Black Panther Wakanda Forever came out. Quote, "I have read the claims that Black Adam will lose money. That is false," exclaimed producer and financier Joe Singer, who deals greatly in motion picture slate financing. Quote, "The picture may be considered disappointing since it had Dwayne Johnson in a DC film. However, the picture will pass break even and throw off a bit of profit. Was Black Adam as big as Hobbs and Shaw, which yielded an $84 million profit after all ancillaries? No, but you need to remember that Fast and Furious spinoff had Russia and didn't face the headwinds of a strong dollar overseas. When they say a strong dollar overseas, they're talking about currency conversion. Hobbs and Shaw also had the benefit of China, where Johnson is big, the pick making $201 million. Note the theatrical rental return back to the US is only around 25%, and there's no home market in the PRC. PRC is China. Now, this 25% figure is important, especially when we look at the numbers for Avatar 2 coming up, and 25% is what you get from China. When you do $201 million in China, you get a little bit more than $50 million back from China. China has sidelined several U.S. blockbuster titles in the wake of COVID. These factors couldn't have been forecast when Black Adam was greenlighted. However, working in Black Adam's favor is a thriftier marketing budget to Universal's $140 million push of Hobbs & Shaw. How is that? There's been some intense cost crunching going on at Warner Bros. Discovery, which is mired in debt and going through rounds and rounds of layoffs. Black Adam put the bulk of its spending in digital marketing over linear, tiered off by Johnson's massive social media bullhorn, which has a reach of nearly 500 million followers across TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. That's a lot of people. You also have to factor in the shorter theatrical windows on movies now, which enables the studio to stretch their marketing dollars. So digital downloads for the film are already hitting at a time when the movie is still in movie theaters and outdoor ads are still around. So the same advertising that's promoting the movie in theaters is promoting it for digital downloads, and they're number one everywhere with their digital downloads of the film. $25 to buy the digital download, $20 to rent. Black Adam is dropping on HBO Max on December 16th after a 57-day window, a long enough frame to maximize theatrical, PVOD, and sell-through dollars. The swing factor in the net profit here on Black Adam, Warner contends that it spent $80 million on global promotion and advertising, which would get the pick to $72 million profit, whereas the $100 million contended by other sources lands the pick at a $52 million profit. Johnson's deal was not as aggressive as his previous deals. He received $20 million up front and stands to profit according to their numbers, which is at cash break-even zero. There's a 40% profit pool shared by director Jaume Collet-Serra, the pick's producers Beau Flynn, and $7. $7 is The Rock's production company. Talent and Johnson, who is the largest participant at more than 10%. That comes out of the net $52 million. This shared pool goes into effect after the studio breaks even. No one on Black Adam received first dollar gross, per their understanding. The production cost of $195 million includes studio interest charges, which are at a low corporate rate of 2%. That's the financing on the $195 million. Residuals and home entertainment costs are rolled into total costs for the film at $338 million. The fee that Warner Brothers pays itself to send the pick to HBO Max is included in the home entertainment revenue of $86 million. Warner Brothers is paying itself $86 million. At this gross level, domestic pay TV, which is PVOD, yields $36 million. Sequels and franchises are the lifeblood of our business, added Singer. They have a reduced risk profile and generally a higher upside. The fact that there are discussions about a Black Adam sequel is how a studio builds long-term sustainable value. Here is the internal Black Adam profit and loss, and it shows the assessment. Global box office, this is theatrical, $165 million, international $225 million, China, $0. Global is estimated to come out at $390 million. Theatrical revenue, domestic rentals, $83 million. International rentals, $101 million. Home entertainment and TV revenue. Domestic home entertainment and streaming, $86 million for the streaming service. Again, Warner Brothers paying itself $86 million so they can use it on the streaming service. International home entertainment, $27 million. Domestic free TV, $17 million. Domestic pay TV, $36 million. International TV, $40 million. For total revenues generated of $390 million. Costs, production costs, $195 million. Global promotion and advertising at $100 million. Participations, residuals, home entertainment costs, $43 million. Total costs, $338 million. Net profit, $52 million. This is what happened on Black Adam. Did it do $1 billion? No, it didn't do $1 billion. Did it lose $100 million? No, it didn't lose $100 million. And it doesn't matter how many times Variety says it or if someone else on YouTube says it. Now you have the information and you know what's going on. I wanted to make sure I did this video so you guys had a sense of what the heck was going on. That's what's up with Black Adam. Let me know what you think of all this in the comments below. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel, click the bell for notifications, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you again soon with another video. And if I don't see you, I will miss you.